Libra, I'm here to give you a blue supermoon series wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we are looking at what is going down, what action is going to find its way into your neck of the woods with the August 31st super blue moon in Pisces. And already had some interesting stuff coming in for you, Libra, as I was doing your pre-shuffle. I'm using a completely different deck than I did for Virgo. And yet, while I was shuffling and doing my usual deal, which is I do a cut of the deck 3 times, and I do that 3 separate times. And each time I look on the bottom of the deck just to get like kind of a baseline energy, so I have an idea of what I'm about to tap into when I'm doing a read for that particular collective. And you got the exact same cards as came out in the Virgo read that I just did for this same series. So if you have any strong Virgo placements in your chart, I highly recommend you drop in on that Virgo reading. If you have Pisces rising, Virgo is your descendant sign. I would say also if you have any like real significant 12th house placements, you might want to drop into that Virgo read. I think you'll find clues there. I know that you are dealing with a fire sign, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You got the King of Wands showed up on the bottom of the deck. The King of Wands came in with the Ace of Swords, so we know there's communication coming in. It's truthful communication. Came in with the 3 of Cups, symbolizing healing, and just a lot of celebratory energy around this. And the Strength card came in as well. So this is something that's going down in Leo season. It's also a matter of overcoming something that's been a challenge in the past. I think this person has been challenging to you in the past. This person might have a temper. This might be somebody who you've had arguments with, or they're kind of harsh with their words. It could be somebody that has seemed sort of grouchy or distant, you know, just a bit of an ogre type, you know. This may be because there's actually a lot of vulnerability that they've been keeping beneath the surface. This person wants to clear the air with you, okay? And it does feel like there's some kind of healing that comes forward as a result of this. There's also something to celebrate. Bottom of the deck energy. This is somebody that's like been MIA for a while. This is somebody who you felt disconnected from. This is somebody who may have even kind of like put you on the back burner, put you on ice. Ooh, I just got maybe really put you on ice. Maybe really put you on ice, okay? You know, like time out. Okay, interesting energy. We're going to just dive right into it and let's see what happens, Libra, okay? Big thank you to all of the subscribers here. Really appreciate all of you. We've got a lot of new subscribers here on Broadcast, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to all of you who've been here from the start. You've been helping me build. I got some really great announcements to make before I take off for the weekend on Saturday, so I'm excited to bring in those announcements for all of you and tell you about some really good stuff cooking here at the channel. You all have been a big part of that, and I really appreciate you, so thank you so much. I'm really grateful for all of you. If you haven't subscribed, consider. We bring in a lot of good stuff here and more to come. Oh yes, here we go. Here he is, Daddy. Okay. You got the Emperor coming your way. I'm telling you, if you have, I don't even care. I don't even care. Even if you don't have any strong Virgo placements, even if you don't have any, you know, significant 12th house placements or Pisces rising, which would make you Virgo descendant, you need to check out that read. These are the same cards. In fact, this card came out here. This is a totally different deck, not even the same deck I used in that read. You'll see when you drop in with it. 7 of Wands, okay? This is somebody that's like, they see that there's other people that are interested in you. You got a lot of wand action around you, if you know what I'm saying. And I feel like you're kind of holding yourself back, right? Libra, you want an Ace of Pentacles. You're standing on that, man. You're not going to let you're loyal to this, man. You're not going to let anything come near you that isn't the real deal. That's what I got. You really know your worth. You know your value. I also feel like you're quite fine to be in your independent energy too. You know, there's a certain sense of personal empowerment, inner strength coming forward for you right now. It's real good energy. You may have even stepped into more of an emperor kind of energy. You might have had to move more into that kind of like active masculine force. You know, really take charge of your life, take charge of things, get down to business. You might be really focused on business right now. That might be something that's super important to you. You're getting down to business. You're getting down to the brass tacks, all right? I think all of this is stuff that's lighting up for you with this super blue moon that's coming in on the 31st of August in Pisces, all right? So you've been standing on this. I think you've had a lot of attention. You've had a lot of action. I think you've had different people that are interested. I think you know that this is just same old, you know. This is a lot of like hot boy, hot girl kind of action. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people that want to like get down for a weekend and then that's about it. You're not looking for that. Obviously, you're looking for something more. You want an Ace of Pentacles, and you're holding yourself back from anything that's anything less than that. It's got kind of like get on this level kind of energy. It's like it's okay for you to be on a different level or doing whatever you're doing, but just don't come at me with that because that's not on this level. It's not what I'm looking for. You're wanting something more. You know, I feel like that. You want an elevated experience. Well, here's an Emperor. I also feel like that piece about something you've been working on, something you've been building. I feel like you are also cutting yourself off from distractions right now because there's something you're trying to achieve. So you really don't want to get like, you don't want to lose your focus right now. I'm really picking that up. Like make sure that you continue to keep your focus on that shot you're shooting in terms of your success and what you're trying to build for yourself. Don't let yourself get distracted by some D energy. You know what I'm saying? There'll be time for vitamin D, you know, down the road. Right now, just keep your focus. I think there's a big goal that you're aiming to hit with that closing of the month of August with that blue supermoon in Pisces on the 31st. So keep your focus, stay focused, don't be distracted, but you've also got as you're stepping up into this big boss energy in your own life, I feel like you got a big boss coming in. Now, in some respects, this is somebody who has been watching your work. They see that you got something to offer. They want to put an offer on the table. It's legit. It's something you've been waiting for. It's something you can build on. I think it's something that's really going to represent you. And I see you stepping into this offer, this opportunity. I feel like it's an opportunity for you to really kind of like stake your claim in your particular field. All right, this is what's coming in. It's like you're really throwing your hat in the ring now. You're like, nope, I'm a contender. Like I'm out here doing this and I'm investing in it and I'm standing on it. I really got that. And you know, it's interesting, whatever you're getting into right now in terms of that, maybe something that, you know, a lot of people didn't really support or didn't really get initially, but now it's kind of like it took time for people to come around to your vision, but now they see what you're actually bringing to the table, what you're trying to create, and now they understand it in a different way than they did before. Okay, so there's like, I don't know why, but I just heard too legit to quit. So maybe there's like more legitimacy to what you're doing now. Like you knew what you were doing, you knew where you were going, but it was your vision. That's why you don't share it. You let it be actualized and let that be what represents you. It's your calling card. What you create is your calling card. And I feel like there's something else that you're bringing. It's just like, boom, you know, there's something you're really just bringing forward by that blue supermoon to close the month that is like, and it's 10 on the clock when I said that. It's the closing of one phase of your life in terms of your life path direction, your career, the work you're here to do in the world to a whole new phase. So it's potent and it puts you in charge of your own life. I feel like there's some kind of new authority you have over these matters in your life that you didn't have before. I also just got financial independence, really stepping into that position of financial independence, getting that kind of stability underneath your feet. So that's really good, Libra. I also feel like there's potentially somebody who could be bringing you an offer in this regard. This is somebody who's very established in their field. They've been keeping an eye on your work. They want to put some offer forward. Maybe it's somebody who wants to sponsor you in some way, or endorse you in some way, invest in you in some way, build with you in some way. I also got big romantic vibes. And I say that because it's just because of the energy being mirrored in what came up in Virgo's read, and using a different deck, it was too much of a synchronicity. So I do feel like there's some tie in here. Some of you may be dealing with some Virgos. Okay, Virgo may be factoring in strongly for you. We also have to remember this could be one of those interesting times, again, like happened last year, where the Vedic Virgo is just really taking over for Libra, and that energy is coming in, because I did have that last year where I started mashing Virgo and Libra together. So maybe that time's upon us again. All right. So, well, you know, it makes me think of the part of Libra that is very like logical, very able to exercise a clear judgment when in balance, and really able to look at the details and weigh things out. And that to me does really remind me in a lot of ways of that Virgoian energy. So I do drop in on that. And look what we got here. We got a King of Cups. Okay, here we go. Yeah, another card that came up in that Virgo read. So I do feel like there's some important information there for you. I will just, you know, go ahead and just put a direct link to that read pinned in the comments of this video. So this is also about really love. You know, somebody is approaching you. They've gone through a growth process. This person's been doing a lot of work on themselves. They're ready to step to you. They have an emotional offer to make. It's coming from an emotionally mature place. This person is able to own what they feel. They know how to express what they feel. They're ready to step into that. It's for real. This isn't about options, okay? Maybe you've dealt with this in the past. We also see there's been different options coming towards you. It's like this energy is like saying, wait for it. The real offer is coming from an emperor, okay? And this is somebody who will balance out with you, all right? Came in as strong fire sign energy. We also have the emperor here. That is indeed Aries and Taurus energy, okay? It's also North Node energy. This person's your destiny. Both of those signs have been in the North Node position. So I feel like this has been an unfolding process, all right? It probably started when initially we had Taurus in the North Node position, enter into that position. And I think this is just the continuation of the cycle. I think it's been a little messy getting to this point with this individual. It does feel like at times you were in two different minds about this. One side of you said, no, this doesn't make sense. This isn't the right way to go. You know, you got very logical up in your head. The other side of you, you know, was really drawn by your passion and, you know, feeling lit up, feeling enthusiastic about something. And it's like trying to make sense. Do I follow my head or my heart? And at times this really made things go topsy-turvy, you know. Also, there could be somebody that's involved in this situation that adds kind of a complicating element or creates some kind of disruption in this coming together. It could be a Cancer. This is associated with Cancer, the Chariot is. It could be a mother figure is causing problems, okay? This could have been what was part of the problem. This Cancer or this mother figure here, or baby's mama, could have been holding the reins in the situation, trying to control this situation, and it was just driving you two apart, okay? I feel like something's moving forward now. There's like a cooperative effort underway. There's also something that can grow here. I love how this particular Six of Pentacles has this like plant that's the Three of Pentacles growing. So it does seem like maybe there was some kind of third element that was getting in the way. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be with that Cancer energy of the Chariot. It could be that somebody was really nurturing something that took all their time and energy and focus, like I don't know, Libra. Have you been distracted with what you've been building, what you've been investing in? Maybe. If you've been trying to leave behind some kind of legacy or some kind of body of work, if you've really been focused on what you want to have be like the foundation, your platform for your future, you may have been more focused in other directions. You may have had your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You may not have even been looking at it. All right. So maybe it's time to not be so distracted and remember there's other new beginnings underway aside from this one thing you got going on. That blue supermoon in Pisces might remind you of that, might shine a light on that. But with the three of, Pentacles energy here growing, there's something here that grows. Your work grows. We already know that. Okay. But this is also working together, balancing things out. I also feel like there's karmic balance that's occurred here. Debts have been paid, scores are settled, everything's even up here. And now we can work together. Okay. So there's something that's ironing out here. We know there's forward motion. Here comes the wheel of fortune. Okay. So we got forward momentum here. And this could involve any strong fixed signs. We've got Taurus, we got Aquarius, we got Scorpio, we got Leo, we got Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is coming in there. There it is. I've been noticing this lately. It's normally not on the cards, right? It's normally not on the cards, but it's interesting because the Wheel of Fortune is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. And down here, there are the snakes, okay? And look at them coming together in that energy of the Ida, the Pingala. It makes me think of like that transformation of the Kundalini rising. It also makes me think of DNA. It also makes me think of the caduceus, it's all about healing. So we're going to throw Ophiuchus into this mix as well, because on one of my other cards, the Ophiuchus energy comes in really strong from one of my other decks. Actually, I think it was the deck that I used for Virgo. It comes in really strong. So there's another tie-in point. I don't know what is going on with that, but there's something significant there. So do check it out, man. Okay. Very interesting. But maybe I'll tell Virgos they should listen to Libra's reading too. There might be like a little bit of like, kind of like overlapping there for some reason. Fall is going to be very important for both signs, I feel. But this is like something is really healing. It's transforming. There's a coming together. There's a recognition, a soul recognition of connection. I also feel like an old cycle needed to be closed. And there was a need to kind of transform what was a disappointment. In the past, there was a lot of disappointment in the past. I think it's been a difficult experience for, everybody involved. There might have been more than one party involved. There might have been families involved in this situation, or your community, your friendship circle in some way. This involves more people. It's got kind of community vibe here. And maybe there's been a lot of irritation, a lot of disagreements. Maybe it seemed like impossible to get on the same page. It seemed impossible for there to be any kind of healing in this situation. But irritation makes pearls, okay? And you got a pearl of wisdom here. And it's interesting because Ilbe recently came in for me, and Ilbe is a fairy that's the retriever of lost things. So maybe this opportunity for healing, this treasure, what you may view as a treasure, maybe there was something you really wanted to heal, or somebody you really wanted to heal with. There was something that was really important to you. You've been looking to find some kind of balance, some kind of healing, some type of closure, maybe even renewal with, and you just felt like it eluded you. You may have even felt called to nurture some kind of healing in a situation. You felt like you were following your spiritual guidance. You're like, what is this mess? What is this mess? Sometimes things have to get messy. Sometimes there has to be a lot of irritation before you can get to the pearl of wisdom. There's something here. And look what it brings, the Two of Cups. It brings in the mirror, okay? And we have the bat energy here, which is all about rebirth, okay? So Something is coming back around the bend. It's being renewed. And there's the fire sign energy again. Da, 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 da. We have the Knight of Wands coming in with passion and purpose. Okay, let's get this cooking, you know. Let's do what needs to be done. I think you're on board with it. I think you feel this is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting to move away from these troubles and these difficulties with the Six of Swords. You don't have any swords of the past holding you back. Libra, you shed that energy. Look at this Six of Swords. This person's free as a bird, man. They're not holding on to any of the pain of the past, you know. I love this Six of Swords in this deck, and this was really strange for me to be drawn to this deck, the Paulina Tarot for Libra, because normally for months now, every time I go to read for Libra, it's always been my spicier decks have wanted to come forward, and this is more my like kind of whimsical deck. It was inspired by life in New Orleans, so there might be some New Orleans connection coming through for you. You might want to travel to New Orleans. You might be guided to just go and explore that place. Maybe this is an upcoming trip that's on the horizon for you. But that's just kind of more of a side note. This is really just speaking of, you're not taking swords forward with you. You've cast them all aside. Maybe you feel like you've been dealing with somebody. I'm ping-ponging now because Six of Swords came up in the Virgo read too, but they were carrying their swords with them forward, okay? And so maybe you feel like I'm just using it as a reference point for some reason. The download is coming in like this. It wants to make a link there. And it could just be that the information has tie-in points that also speak to you, maybe to the more logical part that you need to remember and you need to consider as you're moving through any kind of healing process with somebody. You might be dealing with somebody who still has their pain. They're still holding on to their swords. They're still holding on to their traumas. They're still holding on to their wounding. And you've gotten free of this. And this person actually may need you to help with this a little bit, just through holding a safe space of communication where they can like bring forward those hurts, where they can bring forward their wounds, where they can speak their truths, and where it can be like kind of all cleansed away with the star energy. In fact, I feel like that's kind of what's happening right now. That's what's going down right now. We did recently have the Aquarius supermoon on the 1st to kick off this cycle. It was the first that leads to that blue moon, right? And it's interesting. So we're in this period right now, and I feel like this is what you're working on right now. I think you're staying hopeful. You're nurturing things that you want to continue to grow. I think you're doing, you know, just any last cleansing, spiritual cleansing of the old cycle. I highly recommend you work with cleansing right now. I think it would be really beneficial for you. I think even focusing on more of like an energetic cleansing kind of diet, you know, you might want to get in lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, you know, real seasonal foods, just kind of like lighter, cleaner burning energy. You know what I'm saying? Energy that really feeds the prana in your body, so you're not feeling like really bogged down. I feel like you're needing this right now. Maybe lots of juices, lots of fresh juices, and just real like ripe, juicy, ready to pick and just drink in that sweetness. I feel like it's very symbolic of like what's coming in for you. You may have felt very parched for a long time. There's health stuff coming in for you. You may have felt very parched for a long time. I think it's really important for you to get up your hydration right now. And a lot of that hydration, don't forget how it can come in through your diet, through fresh fruits and vegetables. Really coming in very strongly for you. Would be really good for you. But I also feel like you're doing the remnants, you know, of the spiritual cleansing. So any kind of spiritual cleansing baths, or any time you can spend just in quiet reflection or meditative practice, or even doing some kind of release rituals by a body of water can be very therapeutic for you as well. You're closing out the remnants of the old cycle. I feel like you balanced your karma. So it's just sort of like allowing that old energy to just sort of like dissipate, release. You're not carrying any of that forward. I feel like you're really at peace with all of it, Libra. We see that you've just like taken those swords and you like flung them aside. you got your road opener. You made a way through, okay? And there is, with this happening, you know, you got this dove from above ready to bring you in a little love. And it's kind of like saying, as soon as you're done cleansing, you know, I'm ready to fill your cup. You've been spilling out for a while. Maybe you have been spilling out for a while, you know. Maybe it's time that something comes in and fills your cup for a change. You might have been tending to a lot of other people. You may have been offering space to a lot of other people. You may have been holding it down for a lot of other people, you know, and it's sort of like your time to let your cup be filled. Maybe that's a piece too, like let these people show up and take, you know, their part in this healing process. You might have really made a lot of efforts to try to move things forward, and you kind of found like you were on your own. And you might have given up on this actually with the star. You might have just said, okay, you know, I guess that's just me, you know. I'm the one who wanted to heal this and nobody else was really interested in it. Okay, that's possible too. And so if that's the case, I feel like you're kind of like cleansing away like the last remnants, you know, of maybe some sense of disappointment you had around that you wished the healing could have looked different. I do feel like you healed, but I feel like you were wishing that that healing would extend to more than just you, you know, to others as well in this particular situation. And I feel like, oh, not so fast, you know. You know, you may have just needed the timelines to sync up, okay? It might just be about the timelines syncing up, because we do have some initial opening here coming in, okay, with the Page of Cups. It's small, all right? It's very small, but it allows a little of that light to peek through that brings the promise of the star, okay? So let's hear about this. What's up with this Emperor? Tell me about this Emperor on the scene, because that's some pretty big news. What does this Emperor mean to Libra? Emperor takes charge, okay? Emperor's not going to mess around. Maybe somebody needed to go through their own healing process. Maybe they had maybe they took accountability for their own trauma. Maybe they took accountability for their own pain, their anger, you know, the things they felt in the situation. Maybe they've been getting some kind of support to work through their own feelings and do their own healing. And now they're ready to, you know, have this, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got the Empress to the Tower to the Ace of Swords. Emperor, you don't see this coming. You don't see this coming. You gave up on this. You gave up on this. If you've been somebody who's just, you know, you've been single forever, you've given up on this. You're like, no, man, not for me. You know, I guess that's just it. I'll just be on my own. I'll do my own thing. And I don't think that you had a hard time with it. I think you arrived at a certain place of truth. Might have even really arrived at a certain place of truth back in the wintertime. You know, this might have been what you used that internal time of focus to kind of come to a point of arrival at within yourself, where you're like, you know, I know what's true for myself, and if I can't have the kind of healing I'm wanting with another, if I can't have the kind of experience I'm wanting with another, that's okay. You know, I know that was my truth, but maybe that's not the other person's truth, and I accept that. You know, I do feel like maybe you had some kind of sense of acceptance here. You know, that if that's okay. And I don't think you felt any kind of bitterness about it, anything. I feel like whatever it was, whatever, you know, you had hoped would have turned out differently, a relationship, an opportunity to heal with somebody. There does feel like there's some kind of healing component involved in it. What you were hoping would be like some kind of real like reason to celebrate. You know, I think that you just realized, okay, you know, it's not what I thought it would be. And instead of feeling a sense of bitterness about that, it's sort of like you let that tower fall, you know, you let the illusion fall. You arrived at your truth. And I feel like you really came to this place of really valuing yourself. And you realize like, well, there's more that can be created than just within relationship. And I feel like you really moved into this energy of just finding pleasure in creating for yourself in your life. Oh, I'm looking, I'm seeing there's juicy fruits, you know, there's juicy fruits in this picture too. And look at all these things coming to bloom. I feel like a lot of things came to bloom for you. Peacock energy here. You may feel an affinity with Oshun for that to come in. She is the goddess of love and beauty, so a lot of associations to Venus, your ruler. I also feel like, you know, you might want to just continue with this vibe. I don't think that you need to force anything, rush anything that doesn't, it's not registering as your energy at all to force and rush anything. I think you're just meant to be in this place of just really enjoying yourself, feeling good about this growth that you've created for yourself, this growth you've experienced inside. And, you know, I feel like, you know, really pamper yourself, get into your Venusian energy. It's really wanting to come forward. Work with your glamour magic a bit, Libra. It's really wanting to come forward for you right now. Make pleasure your ritual at this time. I feel like the more you can build this kind of real juicy, ripe energy, maybe that's maybe sweet, juicy, ripe fruit. Maybe that's kind of like like an archetypal key for you. Like, let that be kind of like your visualization of the kind of energy you're meant to embody right now. Someone's going to want to take a bite. This emperor is going to want to take a bite. They're going to come in. They're going to speak a truth. This is a declaration of love. And you don't see it coming because you never would have expected it in a million years. You gave up on this. You gave up on this. You know, if this is somebody you've been at odds with, you gave up on this person ever being able to just come clean and be this raw and this real and this emotionally unguarded. This is going to blow your mind. This is a good tower. This is a good tower. This is the kind of tower you hope for. It's coming in, so I'm going to bring it in. I feel like the makeup sex. Some of you are reuniting with someone. The makeup sex. Woo. It's like a quiet storm brewing, man. It's like the tension. The tension, yeah. Look at the peacocks here. Probably both strutting a little bit afterwards, you know. Yeah, you can't see it coming now, but it's going to be on its way. Look at these staffs. They're not even set up like the Two of Wands is normally set up with, you know, they're on each side, like looking toward the future. They're like crossed here, like you don't even think that this has any possibility of coming in. Oh, you might be surprised. I want to hear some more about this Emperor, okay? Tell me some more about this opportunity coming in for Libra. I knew it was going to start getting cooking for Libras, man. Libras have been through a lot. I knew that there had to be some kind of reward for balancing karma and for holding the responsibility of the South Node. You know, life tends to be really good with Libras like that. We get really tested. We get tested hardcore, but if we stick it out and we stay true to our test, man, life also really rewards us so sweetly. And I really feel like it's that time, like it's coming in. Emperor to Empress, I got no complaints. That's beautiful energy. In terms of like that initial download that came in too, which I do feel is in play about business prospects, something you're creating for yourself. This investor, this is like a match made in heaven. It'll blow your mind. It's like going to totally blow apart the old structure of the way you did things, you know. This person's got some really innovative ideas for helping your prospects really take off. Okay, you're going to be so surprised how fast things develop in this situation. So it looks really good all around. All right. Yeah, I love that. Five of Pentacles in reverse now. Not out in the cold anymore. Not being on ice anymore. You're on fire. You're coming in out of the cold. You're coming out of the scarcity consciousness place. You're starting to step into abundance. So all that looks really good. Any further guidance? I'm just going to do one more pass of this and then we'll pick out another deck to bring in some guidance, some information. I'm feeling drawn to the angels, the angel tarot. So we'll bring that in. It's been a while since I brought in the angels for Libra. I think the last time I worked with these decks, they're both by the same guy. What's his name? Is it Travis McHenry, I think? I normally pull out the occult tarot for Libra, but this time the angels are calling for you. So. Libra is always like the angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other. It's like enough listening to the devil. Okay, it's time for things to get good. Woo! Look at this. 10 of Pentacles. No lie. No lie. Yeah, whoever's coming in, this is serious. Okay, this person wants to really commit to you in both love and where you got, you know, somebody wanting to invest in your business prospects. Like this person's going to help you really like build something that will last. I heard built to last. And I feel like that applies both ways. Who did that song? Who did that song? Built to last. Is that the Grateful Dead? It might be the Grateful Dead. All right, that song, you know, it's that energy, okay, in terms of love and in terms of, you know, commitment, in terms of what you're building financially as a legacy, your life's work, your life path. This is really going to bear fruit, and it feeds more than just your generation. I feel like you're really pouring your energy into something that you want to leave something behind. Some of you are working on like building some kind of foundation, something that's really going to leave a mark, leave something behind for future generations. You may even be inspired by a really big dream right now. It might feel kind of scary, you know, when you finally like decided I'm going to answer this call, like you felt the desire to create this, to build this, it might have felt like too much. Like, can I really step into this? I think that you are really ready to step on that path. And I do feel like in that case, like there's somebody coming in that's really going to help facilitate this for you. This person has a lot of experience. It's like you're the creativity, but they got the nuts and bolts of it really down, like the formula, you know, how you can really build something. It's got like architectural kind of like energy to it. Like they got the building blocks that can take you where you need to go. It pays off big. And in terms of relationship, this is commitment. This is commitment. This is like living with somebody, building with somebody, having a sense of family with somebody, a real sense of home with somebody. This is solid. It's built to last. Okay. Might have been, since we're already on that track, we'll bring it in. Might have been a long, strange trip to get there. But, you know, you arrive there and it looks good, man. It looks good. Let's do a cut of the deck energy and then we'll plot some angels, okay, and see what they have to say. Just get some spiritual guidance here. Yep, you're ending an old cycle, 10 of Swords. I feel like you really gave yourself over to this. I don't feel like there's any resistance on your part to the end of this cycle. Look at that. Heart wide open, you know, no swords in the back. You're like, no, the wound is how the light gets through, you know. The wound is where the light enters me. And I think that you really learn that the more that you just allow yourself to open up and just feel what you feel, that you don't push it away or sweep it under the rug. You discovered, wow, you know, the truth really does set you free. And I feel like you're just doing the last cleansing of just, it feels more energetic to me, just old energy that might still be clinging to you a little bit. There might be times when you have like some emotions sneaking up on you that you weren't expecting. And you're like, what? I still got emotions to release around this. Like, yeah, you know. And also it's important, if you're going to heal with somebody, if you got somebody coming around that wants to heal with you, it's important that you don't carry forward any of the old energy at all, because it's pointless to even press restart on any kind of situation or even hope for healing if that involves you continually dragging up ancient history, you know, in the connection moving forward into the future. I mean, yes, a clear out is necessary. Obviously, you got to clear the decks. You got to clear the decks before you can get in a shuffle and, you know, get a new hand, play a new hand, right? So that's kind of the piece here, that there is some old energy that needs to be cleared out first. It needs to be cleared out with somebody. You got somebody that wants to communicate about this. They're going to help you clear it out, and all you have to do is wait for it. Okay, take your hands off of it with the Hangman. Might be a Pisces connection. It is Pisces full super moon, of course, but there might also be a Pisces playing a role. Let me see. We got a lot of, this is a very karmic time for you. You got a lot of majors on the board here. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, big Aries energy on the board. You could be dealing with a Taurus. This is for any significant placements, okay? You could be dealing with a Cancer, an Aquarius, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus again there, Sagittarius marker again, okay? So, and Cups energy, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, all right? So pretty much everybody is here. Pretty much everybody is here. I didn't see, did you have any Earths show up? Isn't that interesting? Because the Virgo we kept tying in, but I'm not seeing Earth energy here. That's interesting. Oh, well, there was Taurus. No, there is Taurus. There's Taurus. There's not Virgo energy, though. I don't know why that came through. That was interesting distinction there. Maybe that's what needs to be closed up. Maybe there's something that needs to be addressed with Virgo that hasn't been addressed. This might be coming in very strongly if you are Pisces rising, right? Or if you have a real significant placement in that 12th house. Might have the Virgo piece coming in really strongly for you because there's that Pisces tie in there. And if you are a Virgo rising, you're a Pisces descendant, okay? So I feel like this energy is like something about what comes in at that time. It provides the water that's needed to really nurture something to grow. And that's really a beautiful thing, okay? So it looks like some kind of healing happening there. Good energy comes in with that moon, with the moon on the split. Again, another Cancer and Pisces confirmation there too, okay? And Cancer will be kind of like taking over that whole event because it'll be going down in the constellation of Cancer due to the precession of the equinoxes. But big mama energy in. Big mama, you know, maybe somebody views you as big mama. I don't know. They might like it. If you're thick, they might like that. They might like that shit. All right. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. Yeah, this is somebody that wants to shoot their shot with you. They want a brand new beginning with you. Look at kind of like, it's got cherubian vibes, but also that Sagittarius arrow there. Somebody that's going to shoot their shot. They're hoping to get lucky, will, and new beginnings, assist with difficult and great undertakings. So we know that what's happening here, it's been a long, strange trip to get here. It has not been easy. There's been problems. There's been interference. There's been, you know, there's been stuff to work through. And I feel like there's assistance on its way to help you get through this, you know. It takes a village is what I just heard. Okay, maybe that's part of what caused the problem in the first place, though. Too many people involved, too many cooks in the kitchen spoiled the pot, right? Maybe it doesn't take a village, but now, maybe now it's a village problem because there's so many people involved. There's something humorous about this situation. How did that end up there? Look at it, I'm shuffling the deck and out of nowhere came this two of clubs in the light. Isn't that funny? Because the Two of Wands came up earlier, but it was crossed like the way is open now. Okay, I get it. I get it. I like that. What's on this split here? Oh my gosh. Justice and Six of Wands. Wow. All right, things are cooking now. Done having a blockbuster come through for you all, Libra. There's a blockbuster coming through and it's opening this road. Things are moving forward in this situation. Believe it or not, you may not believe that right now, but something's going to happen that's going to blow your mind. That's what I got. That tower comes in, it blows your mind. And I think it's when somebody speaks their truth, it's going to shock you. You're not expecting this. But at the same time, you know, now you're hearing about it. I'm like, don't wait for it, okay? Just keep doing what you've been doing, all right? Just stay in the moment. Let it unfold. The present is a gift, okay? In fact, there might be a little bit of a key towards that. You know, it's like if you're able to continue to stay in your nice kind of like chilled out, like stable, grounded, I'm just riding this shit out kind of energy, you actually might help things move along a lot quicker than you anticipate, okay? So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let it be a distraction. But I mean, that looks really good. That looks really good, man. All right, let's see what these angels have to say. Bottom of the deck energy, 3 of Pentacles. We know there's something to be worked out here. It says mental force protects against sorrows and illness. And that really ties in to that piece that I just brought in. And it was 45:45 on the clock. That's 9:9. That's 18. That's 9. That's 999. You know, that's really about being mindful of what you've learned during your time of just walking your path, working your path, staying spiritually focused, being in that hermit energy. It really is about remembering that the point of power and the point of equilibrium is the present moment. You know, this is what will protect against sorrows. This will be what protects from that illness of like being in the 8 of Swords when you're confused, or the 9 of Swords when you can't sleep and you're so worried about what might happen. You know, there's freedom in the present moment. So please remember this. This is what keeps everything working harmoniously. It does hear God hearing lamentations. So I do feel like you've been, you know, you've been talking to spirit. You've been like, hey man, you know, is there like, is the cavalry coming? Is the relief on the way? I think yes. And I think Libra, I think you already see it. I think you see that things are lightening up. I think you see things are brightening up. I think you've been experiencing this. I think things have been feeling a lot better to you, okay? All right. King of Swords. Yeah, you're in that place of being very decisive right now. I feel like you cut off the past, you know, the past hurts are no longer anything you're holding on to. You're only holding on to the wisdom. You feel very clean with everything. I don't feel like you're really holding on to grudge energy, at least not the collective of Libras that I'm talking to. It says here, victory grants victory and protection from lightning. And we talked about the tower. So it's like, yeah, this is a good tower. It's not the kind of tower that's like going to bring down your house, right? This is the kind of tower that blows your mind and it opens up a whole new view of your future that you didn't think would be possible. Like you thought this opening was closed to you. That's what I got. All right, angels. That came off really easily. High Priestess. High Priestess, success, protection from magistrates. It's like your karma is paid in full. You're good. You got your balance. You're heading up into your destiny, Libra. Well done. It looks like you really integrated your shadow, you know. You did the work and now you get the lasting reward. That's really beautiful energy there. So funny. Again, another tie-in. High Priestess Magician came in on the Virgo read. I'm telling you, Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck. These reads today are really wild. Okay, yeah, there's a new beginning in love here, and it's because you poured into yourself first, right? Like an empty cup can't quench anyone's thirst. And the beautiful thing, Libra, is that what really changed for you over these past few years is you really started to learn the value of filling your own cup, you know, instead of expecting somebody else to fill it for you. And it's by you doing this that now somebody comes in and they're pouring into you too. And it just overflows. That's what we see with the Ace of Cups. It overflows and it provides nourishment for all, you know. So this is just like a beautiful image of what's about to come in for you. It's going to be like a pouring over. Your cup runneth over, and it says rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God, and gives long life. Okay, so this is big, like getting out on the other side of things energy. One more shuffle here, and then I think we'll get a super awesome future card and call this good. 5 of Pentacles, the forbearing God, patience, okay? Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge of industry, all right? So this is really speaking in terms of that work that you've been doing, what you've been building for yourself. We did see that you went through a lean time, okay? This is really about just be patient. There's kind of like a spotlight that gets shined with this blue moon. I feel like those of you that are preparing to like launch something, take things to the next level, have an opportunity to step up to the next level in your business, in your finances, in your career. This is opening up for you. This will be illuminated for you. There's an opportunity coming in and it's going to turn things around, okay? You just got to wait for it. Everything with your read right now is like, wait for it, okay? You don't need to do anything else. Take your hands off of it. And this may be the hardest thing for Libra of all, because Libra, you're used to like balancing things out, the checks and the balances, the checks and the balances. Just follow through with what you already are on track for, okay? Don't add anything else in. Don't worry about putting out anybody's fires. Don't worry about, you know, getting involved in other people's situations, you know, because you feel like, you know, they need a helping hand or anything, or try and work things out. Just let everything be as it is. Just trust it, let it go, release, relax. This is all going to come to you in appropriate time. And in terms of your work, you know, word is getting out about you, and this is going to create a lot of financial growth for you, a lot of growth in this project you've been working on. Whatever you've been building, nurturing, pouring your time and energy in, it pays off, okay? It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of divine timing, so just hold on a moment, okay? Let me do a cut of the deck here, then we'll get that super awesome future card for you. Knight of Swords, here comes somebody rushing in, and they got something to say. This is things get moving very rapidly. I like this. This angel is holding a pentacle in its hand. So somebody's coming forward with an offer. They want to communicate about it with you. And it says intellectual richness protects fertility of women. And that makes me think of the Empress. She bursts new things into being. So yeah, you got something really getting out there. News is getting out there. Maybe there's some kind of, something's going viral online. Maybe there's some kind of big campaign, some online campaign. I don't know why I'm getting online. Maybe because we had the first was the supermoon in Aquarius. That's the cycle we're moving into, leading up to that Pisces blue supermoon on the 31st. So I feel like keep your focus there. You know, I feel like that's where you're meant to focus right now. Like pour your mental energy, your time into this, whatever you're seeing through in terms of what you're trying to launch, your career, any kind of like educational pursuits, you know, life path direction stuff. Continue forward with those projects. And that's what's going to protect your vision, like what you want to bring into being. It's going to get some kind of push. There's some kind of push. It puts things out there on a wider scale, and there maybe is some networking coming in, some people who can help you get the word out. This might be word of mouth, but I feel like through communication, things get moving quicker and you get a farther reach, and you get this Ace of Pentacles. It looks really good, okay? Also with this intellectual richness, make sure you're protecting your creative property. All right? Make sure you're protecting your intellectual property. Yeah, Ace of Swords on my word there. All right, just do pay attention to that. That's super important. And on the other side here, we have Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Yes, healing. Beautiful healing. You wanted to heal. I think you've healed, but now that healing you were hoping for with another, maybe just healing your heart and being able to believe in love and life and new beginnings again. Like, it's here. This is freaking good. This is good. I have to say, Virgo and Libra have really excellent reads. It looks really good for Leo too, so I'm happy to see the way that this is shaping up. I know we've all had to receive some pretty heavy reads in recent times, so it's kind of nice to see this lightning energy coming in now. I have to say it's encouraging. All right, let me get you a super awesome future card, Libra. And we'll kind of wrap this up, get your overarching theme for this once in a blue moon opportunity that comes in for you with this super moon. Let's see what is coming in for Libra in this cycle that gets capped off with that blue super moon in Pisces on August 31st. What's coming in for Libra in this cycle? What's the overarching theme for Libra in this cycle? I love this in this deck. It's happiness in reverse, but see what's here? Look at, you got this monkey clashing the symbols. You got the TV dinners, you know, the everyday humdrum. I feel like this is where you're at right now. You're just like, you're not, we already know this. You're not expecting this happiness. You're not expecting this to come in. You're just like chop wood, carry water right now. You're just doing the daily grind stuff. You're not anticipating this like bright spot coming in for you, but it is. It's going to take you by surprise. So just keep, you know, keep minding your P's and Q's. Go ahead. Keep doing the daily chores, you know. Maybe you've also, that piece about the food, remember that came in. So maybe you've been kind of like so busy with your work and what you've been doing that you haven't been taking out the time to really like sit down and properly nourish yourself. You might have been going for more convenience foods. You know, you might want to really look at that piece, look at food, and mealtime is sort of like the opportunity to really nurture yourself, nourish yourself, take a break, you know, come into that present moment, come into your body, experience a moment of gratitude, connect with your spirit, you know, offer up some prayers and thanks for the food before you, and some thanks to your body for, you know, being there, willing to show up and help you do the work you need to do to get where you're looking to go. You know, just having a time to just kind of really just sink into the present moment in a nourishing way, I think would be good for you. Okay. Okay, so we got the kiss up coming in here. And there's this piece. I do want you to be mindful in business. Anybody that's approaching you, some bigwig, some exec, somebody with a lot of experience. Yeah, okay, you need a warning about this, okay? So this is something to be very mindful of. With temptation here, coming in with the kiss up. I feel like in terms of business, if you got somebody approaching you and they want to invest in you, you need to consider motive, all right? Why? Why are they wanting to invest in you? Remember that piece about protecting your intellectual property? I feel like this is something very important to be mindful of. Be aware of, you know, just going for it because it's like, ooh, you know, the money, you know, they might present something that looks really enticing, but the temptation, it actually could be a big problem. These could be people that are trying to kind of like spin some magic on you, spin a little glamour on you, you know, whispering in your ear about all the wonderful things they can give you if you take this offer, okay? But you got like snakes in the grass energy here. So in terms of business, you know, be aware of protecting what you've been building for yourself because others are recognizing it too. And there may be somebody that comes in, they make you an offer. It seems like it's a good deal. They come off, you know, all smiles and enthusiastic. It feels so positive. And then the next thing you know, you're bound by a contractual agreement that's got you in the crosshairs. You feel like you no longer have control of your vision and it ain't working out for you at all, okay? Yeah, there's some secret motives in terms of business, okay? So do be mindful of this. But long, strange trip, you are on a long, strange trip. There is something coming in here. It leads you to a place that really feels like home to you. You feel at home where you land, okay? And there is the need to always touch into your heart, you know, that compass rose of your heart to help you find your direction. Where you're going, you don't got a map, okay? You're going to have to feel your way through, but we know you got a lot of strength and you're going to move forward very powerfully towards where you're going. Anything else here? Yep, look at this. This is where you're going. Out of this world love and connection with another, a whole new chapter in your life, a broader scope of experience, meeting new people, forming new community, going places, seeing things, and what a long, strange trip it's been, but the destiny